And another round of dangerous winds is here, and they are actually really whipping around in the Inland Empire already.
Yeah, KCAL's Rick Montanez is live in Fontana, where it has been very windy throughout. I can see the wind still blowing there, Rick, this morning.
Yeah, we're certainly feeling it. And we heard, Paul Diano talking about 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. And we've seen what I can't tell you scientifically, but we can tell you it feels like it. Very strong winds. And you see through this neighborhood all of these palm trees dancing. We're in the Heritage Village community here in Fontana. And we've just been feeling with the winds all morning long. We actually talked with some drivers, a truck driver, another man who drives a big Jeep, who talked about the fact that it's so difficult even on freeways with all of this wind. What is it like on days like this to be in such a big vehicle?
Well, you just kind of hope that you're not one of the guys that gets tipped over.
Right? It's a box, so you feel it. It's not aerodynamic, so yeah.
So you're rocking back and forth?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Anecdotes from drivers, but you see in this video, I mean, just how much the wind is really blowing around here. We even saw some people who were out for a walk or a jog, walking their dog as well, just trying to be outdoors. It is very dry, cold, and very windy, so blustery conditions, also leading to power outages in some communities. We understand there have been more than 14,000 SoCal Edison customers that have lost power as part of the public safety power shutoff system that they have to hopefully prevent the SoCal Edison equipment from sparking wildfires, which of course is critical in these conditions. Red flag conditions for the Inland Empire for the past week. So they're really trying to keep an eye on things and make sure that a fire doesn't start, because as we've seen, if one sparks, it can spread quickly and have devastating consequences. Let's show you some video from last night. This is another reason why firefighters and everyone else is just so concerned. KCAL overhead in Jurupa Valley when a small fire started in the Santa Ana River bottom and spread quickly. Firefighters from Riverside County and the city responded and were fortunately able to keep this one at bay and keep it from growing or spreading outside of the Santa Ana riverbed. But it's just their concern for the fact that strong winds moving in could send those embers flying. And we saw just how awful and horrific that can be by what happened in Palisades and Altadena last week. So those are the things they're trying to keep an eye on. But of course, we have to consider all the other impacts from this severe weather, which includes driving on freeways in larger and high-profile vehicles, potential for power outages where people can be without power for days or even longer, depending on how these circumstances play out with the weather conditions. And of course, firefighters want people to be prepared for evacuations. If it ever comes to that, better to be prepared than caught off guard. Reporting live in Fontana this morning, Rick Montanez, KCAL News.
All right, well, hopefully things stay safe out there, Rick. Thank you. Parts of northern LA County are under a severe fire weather warning.
KCAL News reporter Tina Patel is live in Santa Clarita with a look at the danger as those Santa Ana winds pick back up, and we can see it blowing around behind you.
Yeah, Paul Diano was saying that he was expecting the winds to start peaking around 9 a.m. And that's what we're feeling within the last hour. The winds have definitely picked up. We are just along the 14 freeway. And as you look around, you can see all the brush here kind of blowing. The other thing we wanted to point out to you is that there is a lot of brush here and it is dry. And this is not uncommon. There are so many hillsides along Southern California that have dried out. And that is why the winds this morning are such a concern. We had a chance to talk to some LA County firefighters a short time ago. They say they are staffed up. They are ready. They have been watching the forecast and know that there are going to be high winds the next couple of days. They're ready for whatever happens. And they actually say they have crews kind of pre-assigned throughout the county in case there is a fire that sparks. But we asked them how to know where to go when there are so many dry hillsides. We don't know where that spark might be.
We don't. That's why we have strike teams throughout the county. They're not just in one location, so they're out and about, especially in those areas that are prone to have those starts.
And as we come back out here live along the freeway, there are signs warning of the high winds, not just here in Santa Clarita, all the way to Fort Tejon. So that's another thing that we want to tell people about. Of course, the fire danger is the main concern with these high winds, but you saw when Rick was talking in the Inland Empire, drivers also need to be aware of these high winds the next couple of days. Just give yourself extra time, be careful on the road. And of course, we have heard in the past, sometimes these fires that we see, it's just a little spark that starts and then grows. So do everything you can to make sure that you're being safe, that your vehicle is safe, because unfortunately, sometimes that's what happens. It's an accidental thing that starts these fires. And in these conditions, we just can't take those chances. We'll send it back to you.
Very true. Tina, thank you.
Now you can get your KCAL news, weather, and live stream all in one place on the CBS News app. Download it free today.